good morning and welcome to the news this week on Spirits TV. I am Shalini Kumar with the latest updates from the world of alcoholic beverages and hospitality. Currently, everything is not well with the world. On one hand, Russia's aggression against Ukraine has created political and economic uncertainties. Some countries like Sri Lanka and Nepal are struggling with their depleting foreign currency reserves and mounting inflation. All these are having adverse impact on alcohol and hospitality sectors also. Nepal government has banned the import of liquor and luxury items to curb the mounting trade deficit and prevent the problem of declining foreign currency reserves. Additionally, Nepal's current political dispensation reduced the number of weekly work days as concerns about the country's depleting foreign reserves grow. The list of import bans includes expensive motorcycles, televisions and phone sets, an array of liquor and beverages as well as playing cards and toys. According to the Scotch Whisky Association, slicing the astronomical tariff currently slapped on basic customs duty on Scotch exports to India could open up as many as 1,300 Scottish jobs as well as generate an additional 1.2 billion British pounds in Scotch sales. India is the largest whisky market in the world and the second largest export market for Scottish whisky by volume, with more than 131 million bottles of Scotch shipped to the country in 2019. Last week, OIV's Director General Pau Roca released global information on wine production, consumption and international trade in 2021. As per the released data, 2021 sees a partial recovery of global consumption after the 2020 sanitary crisis and the boom in the international trade market, which registered a record high in 2021 in both volume and value. However, the scenario for 2022 looks uncertain due to the turbulence posed by the global supply chain crisis, the war in Ukraine, new COVID variants and increasing energy prices. The surface area of the world vineyard is estimated to be 7.3 million hectares in 2021, which is only marginally lower compared to 2020. In 2021, world wine production, excluding juices and must, is estimated 260 million hectoliters, marking a decrease of almost 3 million hectoliters, marking around 1% decline compared to 2020. World wine consumption in 2021 is estimated at 236 million hectoliters, marking an increase of 2 million hectoliters, a 0.7% surge compared to 2020 volume. With a volume of 111.6 million hectoliters, the largest exported volume ever recorded in history, world wine exports in 2021 have increased by 4% compared to 2020 and have boosted even more in terms of value with 34.3 billion euro, registering a yearly increase of 16%. Here are some policy and industry updates on alcohol and the hospitality sector. The Madhya Pradesh government has invited applications to open microbreweries in restaurants and hotels in Indore and Bhopal. An order has been issued by competent authority to allow owners of restaurants and hotels in Indore and Bhopal to set up microbrewery plants that will add freshly brewed beer in their menu. Such microbreweries can be set up by depositing a license fee of 2.5 lakh rupees for a year. The applicant should have at least 4,000 square feet area and also meet some other terms and conditions to get the license. Recently, Punjab Excise and Taxation Minister Harpal Singh Cheema met with stakeholders to frame a fair and transparent excise policy for the state. The meeting was co-chaired by the state's Additional Chief Secretary of Taxation and State's Excise Commissioner along with other officials. The minister said that the main focus will not just be increasing the revenue but also to keep the liquor trade buoyant. The policy will be framed after taking suggestions from all the stakeholders. There will be zero tolerance to corruption and unscrupulous activities such as liquor smuggling. The Delhi government has invited fresh tenders for wholesale supply of country liquor for retail vendors in Delhi in bottles of 750, 375 and 180 ml for the current financial year. As per the applicable provisions, L3 license holders will also be required to obtain an L34 license for the bonded warehouse. In this regard, the tenders have been invited from working distilleries or bottling plants approved by the central and state government for the grant of 3 or more licenses in the form of L3 under Rule 48 of Delhi Excise Policy 2010 for the whole supply of country liquor of 50 degrees under proof for retail vendors. In the wake of the recent death of a private firm's executive at a bar in Noida, the concerned Gautam Budh Nagar Authority has issued an order for mandatory police verification of all employees and security personnel working in bars, malls, hotels and restaurants in Gautam Budh Nagar. A private firm's executive was allegedly beaten to death by bar employees over an argument on a bill amounting to 7,400 rupees. According to the authority, legal action will be taken against violation of the said order. Union Minister Hardeep Singh Puri has come down heavily on the opposition-ruled states for indulging in politics and not slashing value-added tax on petrol and diesel to provide relief to the public despite a call from Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Hardeep Singh Puri, who is Minister for Petroleum and Natural Gas, said that petrol will be cheaper if opposition-ruled states cut taxes on fuel instead of imported liquor. He was referring to the Maharashtra government's decision to slash the excise duty by 50% on imported liquor from 300% to 150% in November last year. Indian beer consumers are likely to pay more to get their beer during the peak summer season as brewers are seeking 10 to 15% price increase to offset higher barley and other raw materials costs. Barley is a key ingredient for a lager and its prices have surged by 65% in the past year, while the brewers also have to meet the inflated packaging and transportation expenses. While some states like Telangana and Haryana have already increased prices, other states are likely to increase beer prices. The International Spirits and Wines Association of India has welcomed the decision taken by the Maharashtra government to upgrade the liquor shops in the state. Recently, the Maharashtra cabinet has allowed upgradation of liquor stores in the state with large areas. The state has come up with categories of super premium outlets and elite outlets. Neeta Kapoor, Chief Executive Officer of the International Spirits and Wines Association of India, said that the consumer-friendly approach by the state government of upgrading the outlets will help the alcobev manufacturers showcase their portfolio of products. Hospitality industry body Hotel Association of India has asked the Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman to intervene to restore insurance premium rates for hotel properties to the financial year 2018-19 level, stating these have been increased by over 2.5 times by reinsurers. In a submission, the association has highlighted that there has been a steep rise in insurance premiums for hotel properties in the last few years, putting all hotels at par without offering flexibility to insurance companies to quote according to the risk category of the insured. The association underlined that till the financial year 2018 and 19, insurance companies in India were permitted offer discounts for fire, lightning, explosion and aircraft damage based on their respective underwriting parameters. As a result, the insured, which were considered at better risk, were able to benefit from extremely competitive premium rates which are not applicable now. Pernod Ricard accounted for an impressive 20% increase in organic sales in its third January to March quarter. The figures, which exceeded analyst expectations, pushed Pernod Ricard's organic sales in the first 9 months of the year to 18% above the level of 12 months ago. In the first 9 months of its yearly sales to its largest market, the USA, rose by 13%, India put on 19% and China gained 12%. The group also reported excellent growth in Europe, but that has decelerated since the war broke out in Ukraine and all transactions with Russia were halted. Here are the updates on new launches. Glen Scotia has unveiled its Festival Release 2022 to celebrate the return of the Campbelltown Malts Festival this year from 24th May to 26th May. 8-year-old single malt Scotch whisky has been matured in heavily peated first fill bourbon barrels before a 12-month finish in Pedro Ximénez Hogsheads, a fortified desert wine from southern Spain, giving it a perfect balance of gentle smoke, treacle and spice interwoven with Glen Scotia's signature maritime notes. 8-year-old liquid has been bottled at cask strength 56.5% ABV. Speyside Tamnavulin Distillery has launched its latest creation, Tamnavulin White Wine Cask Edition, following on from the success and popularity of the Red Wine Cask Editions. Tamnavulin White Wine Cask Edition showcases the distinctive orchard fruit character of the Speyside distillery, which complements the flavors enhanced by the white wine finish. In line with the Tamnavulin's tradition of double matured whiskies, this expression began its life in American white oak barrels before undergoing its second maturation in Sauvignon Blanc white wine cask. Tamnavulin White Wine Cask Edition is now widely available in the UK at an RSP of £32, with the US and select European markets following in the coming months. I hope you all have sent your entries to take part in India's only and most credible awards based on blind tasting of brands by the experts, Spritz Selection. Time is running out, so hurry up and get your brands recognized. With this, I wrap up this week's updates. I will come back with fresh news updates next week. Take care and say cheers with care.